Alright, back on the scene. Yeah, I've been MIA for a week or two now, man. I just been relaxing, man. Just trying to, take it easy after going hard, but I'm like, man, you know what? I want to get on there and talk about I want to say top 5 bad experiences with Uber riders. I'm gonna start with the 5th. I've had picked up racist white people. Maybe out of the 2,500, 2,600 rides I've done, I probably picked up maybe 2-3 rides where people was, I had one directly racist, and then I had 2 of them that was just singing a song and then saying the N-word. So that's how they made the list. The one that was directly, he wanted me to take him somewhere for free, and I told him, nah, you gotta pay for that. So he got all grumpy and mad. He didn't say the N-word. He just was like, yeah, that's why I didn't vote for Obama. He was trying to offend me, but he still ended up getting out and not getting a free ride. But yeah, that one. 4, I picked up these 2 drunk white, I guess you could say old. They, probably late 30s, early 40s, somewhere around there, and they were leaving the bar. And the one lady, she just could not stop. She couldn't calm down. It wasn't that she was like sporadic, but she was in her groove, I guess. And at one point she kind of snapped out of it and started talking about how much she was charged at the bar and all that. So I'm like, okay, cool, she calming down. But then once she got that over with, man, I couldn't get to that damn crib fast enough. But it was kind of my fault too, because I kind of like, they was like, man, we want something to eat and we can't drive because we drunk, and they just could not drive. They was drunk, and it was a McDonald's right next to their crib. I'm looking at the directions, and their location is right next to their crib. So I'm like, all right, man, I'll stop. They tipped me for it, whatever. So we in the line, and she yelling out the window to people. I'm like, oh my God. And McDonald's was just taking too long. So I'm like, man, I'm just about to take y'all home. They's like, well, we'll tip you more if you take us down the street. Shit, say less. Come on with it. They gave me an extra 20, and it was right down the street, like 2-3 lights or something like that. And so we get there, we get the food. No, right before we get the food, we ordered, and the lady's trying to put, I don't know how she had empty beers. I guess they were in her purse. I don't know. I didn't know they was drinking them. And she's trying to put them on the curve of the restaurant. Like we didn't already ordered at we already ordered, so we pulling around the side of the restaurant, and she's trying to stick them on the side of it. So as she's doing that, the first beer, it was cool. She opened the door, boom, and shut the beer down. All right, cool. Then her friend, she had a beer. She didn't know she had the beer, but she wanted to put her beer outside, just being extra. And when she opened the door again, she kind of nicked it on like a pole that was on the house. Like, everybody just got quiet. I'm like, oh my God. And so they made the list. My third one would be sometimes you just get rude people, man. Sometimes you just get people who want to drink, or they want to hit their vape, or door slamming. Door slamming seems to be almost 40% of the rides. Like I remember I told this one kid, I picked him up in a rich neighborhood. They were sneaking out the house and going to some girls' houses. And so the one kid, I don't know how you get in the car and slam the door, but that's what happened. He got in the car, slammed the door, and then so I'm already prepped to tell him, like, hey man, I just watched the door. And as soon as we got to where they were going, the one kid did listen, but the other kid slammed the door. So it's like, man, slamming the door, drinking, eating, I say slamming the door is about almost 40% of the rides. Eating, not so much. That's like 5% of my rides. Somehow they can't wait 6-7 minutes to get home. I don't know what their home life is like, but they can't wait to get home. And then the drinking, man, when it comes to the weekend, it's just people do not want to let go of their paid for a drink. And I try to be lenient about it. But yeah. So that was that one. And then 2, I'm gonna say 2, I was on the north side picking up, which I thought was one black guy. One black kid, had to be like 21, 22. And when I pulled up, it was just him. But then 2 seconds later, now it was another one. So they hurry up and hopped in, because they already knew, I'm sure people was not taking their ride. It just, you fit the description. So as I'm looking like, damn, it's 2 of y'all, then it came another one running across the street. He hurry up and hopped in. And now I got 3 black dudes, young, with that look, sitting in the back of me. I'm shook. I'm like, damn. But granted, they were going further, like, out to the county. But it's just, I was nervous, and you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. I would have pulled off on them had they all 3 been together. But yeah, that was just man, it was one of those rides. And then my last one is I was in my old hood down in the city, and they got some new apartments down there, and I'm expecting like a couple to come out, maybe some white folks or something, I don't know, but it was 2 young black guys, and one of them had a purse and one of them had a hoodie. So the one with the purse, he sat behind me, and then the one with the hoodie, he didn't hop in right away. He just opened the door and he pulled the gun out, and he just looked at it. He didn't do nothing with it. He just looked at it, I guess adjusted it, and then put it back in his hoodie. So I'm like, oh shit, here we go. I guess this is the day. And I just sat there, and then for like 10, 15 seconds, I say, man, look, if y'all gonna take the car, just do it now. I'm not finna drive like this. I'm not gonna ride. They're like, what you talking about, man? I'm like, man, y'all got a gun on you, bro. I just saw it. They like, what? I'm like, yeah, man, I just saw the gun, bro. Like, I'm not finna drive like this. If y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do it now. So they looking confused, and dude just spurred out like, man, this for my protection, man. This ain't got nothing to do with you, and all this and that. I'm like, man, all right. So they already in the car. I ain't trying to cause no confrontation, none of that. So, effort. But I take them 2 particular guys. I take them to a worse neighborhood in the city. And they just got out, it went smooth. We were kind of talking. I was trying to talk to them about other stuff to keep my mind off of it. But yeah, they just ended up getting out, going where they was going. Yeah, so that's like my list. And I forgot 2 other ones. I think this lady had a seizure in the back with her daughter in the car. I just picked her up from the hospital, and that was my first time seeing somebody with a seizure. I didn't know what to do. I thought the lady was gonna die. And yeah, it lasted for about a good 5 minutes until she just stopped. And her daughter ended up calling 911. The little girl was only like 7, 8 years old. And they got there. I tried to drive back to the hospital, but she was like, it just didn't seem right. So I just stopped because, I'm up trying to aid her or whatever I think I'm doing. But yeah, but they got there pretty quick since we just left the hospital. We was only like 5 minutes away. And so they treated her, and that was a Lyft ride. And I told Lyft, and they ended up sending me like $40 because she was like foaming and saliva at the mouth. And, as she was shaking, it wasn't getting everywhere, but I knew it was getting somewhere. So I told them about that, and then they paid me for that. And then it's another one I'm missing. I can't even think of it right now. I pick people up, and they didn't ghost it. So the dude got 2 stops. His first stop, he want to stop at the gas station, which in this case was a Quick Trip. We stopped at Quick Trip, and the dude disappeared. Now, I don't know why he did that. I don't know what was going on, but I guess on some Quick Trips, they got a back door. So I don't know if he was meeting somebody or whatever the case was. But it don't happen all the time. Like, most of my rides, they go smooth, but just when you in the free world, you picking up the world, you gonna come across that person. I picked up a lady that was schizophrenic. I actually picked her up from the crazy house. And as soon as she got in the car, she just started panicking. Like, oh, I think I need to go back. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done this. I don't want to go back. She's talking like this. And, man, I don't know what to tell her. I'm just trying to hurry up and get her out of my car. And, yeah, as soon as I drop her off, her husband just start going off on, just calm down, shut up, you're overreacting. I'm like, man, that's how they living. But, yeah, you're going to get some weird rides, man. But I've had some great rides, too. I've had great rides. I finally picked up, like I always pick up some rich white people, but I finally picked up a rich black dude. And he was just like, man, cut the app off, man, I got you, man. We gonna go here, go there. I probably made like 100. It's not a lot, but within that time frame, I ain't never had a black person just cash me out like that. He probably paid like $125, but still, I always pick up some rich white people doing that. Most I got out of a rich white person was like, he ain't topped that, but it's just the way it went. It happened in like 30 minutes. She just wanted to pick up her drunk boyfriend, so she gave me an extra $100 to ride, and then we picked him up, and he was just calm, cool, and collected. They just didn't want him to drunk drive. And I got another 20 out of that, and they was trying to like invite me to their like little party. I was like, damn. But you know, I got back into the night. You know, that happens a lot too. You pick up people going out and they just cool like that. Like, hey man, you want to come in and get a drink, man? I got you. That happens all the time. Or like, you take certain people to the gas station and you know they're like, hey man, you want something, man? You know, I'll grab you something. That happens a lot. But yeah, man, I just want to talk about my little experiences as I'm doing this, you know, so far. There are bad, there are the good. You know, as far as like beautiful women, like those women in those 3-second time frames where you just know, like, oh my gosh, she's good. I probably picked up like maybe 4. Those women ain't catching no Ubers and Lyfts. You know, you do got those regular women that just think, you know, they who are ever, whatever. But yeah, as far as beautiful women, like they got cars, they got people taking care of them. But you know, you will pick up a group of girls if you're a guy. If you're a lady, you go pick up a group of men. Like, yeah. But yeah, man, just talking about my experiences, man. That's all. So just wanted to put that out there.